What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to Auto Auction Rebuilds. Today, we're back with a new bike purchase, and I know what you're thinking. I don't ride the bike I've already got, so why would I go out and buy another one? Well, the truth is I just couldn't help myself. It's my 44th birthday, and I decided I was going to buy myself a special gift, and I ended up getting this 2022 Harley Davidson Sportster S. It's got the 1250T Revolution Max engine, and this thing has like 121 horsepower, I think 94 foot-pounds of torque, 0 to 60 in 3.4 seconds, and I bought it used from a local Harley Davidson dealership. Now, they advertised the price of this at $12,900, and I thought that's a really good deal for this bike. It's got 3,000 miles on it, but as you can see, it's taken apart. So again, I know what you're thinking. I've already got a 2022 Harley Davidson Nightster at the house with a 975 Revolution engine. Why would I go out and buy another one? That bike has like 70 miles on the odometer. Well, honestly, I don't know. I just saw this bike in this color, and I just had to have it. Now, I'll give you a better look at the color. You can already see the transitions in it, but out in the sun, I'll take it out there here in a little while, and we'll show it to you in the sunlight. It's absolutely beautiful, but like I said, as you can see, it's kind of taken apart right now. I've had problems with the bike since I bought it. I bought this bike on February 14th. All right before my birthday, on Valentine's Day, I literally bought myself this bike as a birthday present to myself. And I wanted the used bike because, number one, it was cheap. I think it was cheap anyway. And it had this Twin Brothers Racing or Two Brothers Racing exhaust. You got the carbon fiber ring. This is a very nice exhaust. This exhaust is like $1,400. Okay, so the exhaust is not cheap on this. Also, another reason that I wanted it was because it already had these speakers. All right, I thought this was awesome. These are called K speakers. They're Bluetooth speakers. As you can see, they are no longer on the bike. That's because they're blown. It keeps popping fuses. So something is wrong internally with the speakers. Basically, there's a story to this bike, and I'm going to get into that in another video. I don't want to make this video about all the negatives of the bike. I would like to try to make this about the positives. I've had to go out and purchase a $100 NOCO Genius 10 for this bike. Unfortunately, it likes to not run. It doesn't want to start most of the time. I had let's just say from the moment I purchased the bike, and here's my mistake. This is my fault. I did not go out and test ride the bike. I should have. One of these days I'm going to learn, but I trusted the dealership, and unfortunately the bike broke down in the parking lot. Like, no joke, I didn't even get out of the parking lot. I had to take it back, and it went into service, and I'll get into all of that in another video. So far, this bike it's been an absolute nightmare, and I'm hopeful that I'm going to be able to take you guys out for a ride today. I tried to ride it yesterday. It would not start, and the battery was fully charged when I last rode the bike. So I guess within one day, the battery went dead. Now, I called Harley Davidson, and they told me not to worry. The battery is under warranty because we just replaced it in October. The battery's practically new. Now, with this bike, one of the things that really burned me up is the price online was $12,900. I agreed to the price, and I told them I don't want to play any games. I just want to come get the bike. I've already got financing in place. I just want to come pick it up. They said, great. I said, perfect. No games. You're going to sell it to me for $12,900? They agreed. Well, that agreement did not last long. We ended up there for over 3 hours, and a bunch of different numbers on paperwork later, we finally walked out the door at 15 and change, like 15.5. To put that into perspective, a brand new one is right around 16,000, 15.5, 16,000 for a brand new one, but it has no modifications. You know, you got to put that $1,400 exhaust on yourself. And I got a pretty good warranty with this bike too that I did pay an extra $1,000 for. I got a 2-year extended service plan through Harley Davidson for $1,084. So $1,000 of that is the extended warranty. They had a $1,200 reconditioning fee. They had a $499 documentation fee for a bike. This is from Fort Thunder Harley Davidson in Moore, Oklahoma. And I was there for 3 hours. Anyway, we're going to get past all that. There's going to be a dedicated video on everything that I've dealt with this bike so far in an upcoming video, so stay tuned for that. This video, though, I want to make it more about the bike and taking it out for a quick ride. Now, I'm going to be the first to tell you, this is the fastest bike I've ever ridden. I am no motorcycle expert here, guys. You guys know that, I probably have less than 500 miles total under my belt since I started messing with motorcycles 3 or 4 years ago. So it's not like I have a ton of experience with these things, but I'm here to tell you this thing. This thing is pretty amazing. There's your 1250 Revolution Max engine, and she scoots. That's about all I can tell you. This bike gets down the road. 16-inch wheels in the back, 17 in the front, and take a look at how meaty these tires are. This takes a little getting used to. It definitely handles completely different from something like a Sportster, or sorry, I keep getting them confused. The Nightster handles completely different. Same thing, handles way different from a Road King that I had. I've had quite a few bikes over the last several years, and this one definitely takes some getting used to, but I think with all the horsepower and torque that this thing has, you got to have these really meaty tires in order to hold traction. This is one of those bikes, like when you go to take off, and I'm going to tell you right now, I did put it in sport mode. Everybody was like, please put that bike in sport mode. I did, and it's scary fast, but not in a bad way. It makes me feel so alive when I hit that throttle and shift through those gears, man. This thing is a beast. All right, enough talking. I'm going to put this bike back together. Hopefully, it's going to start for us since it's been on this battery charger all night. And then I think we can take this thing out for a spin. Before we do, though, I have some upgrades, and I've got more coming. One of them, I saw this on Watch Jerigo's channel several years ago. He installed this JBL Cruise on a Honda Grom, and he seemed to like it. So I bought this to replace the broken speakers. Also, just spent over $600 on a new helmet. It's I can't remember what it's, a Mesh 2. Anyway, it's got built-in Bluetooth and can handle like 24 different riders or whatever. So I've got the new helmet coming. I bought this battery for obvious reasons. This is a lithium-ion battery. This is one of those, what do they call it, the LifePo 4s. This is a NOCO NLP14. Unfortunately, this battery doesn't work with this bike because the terminals are reversed. On my bike, it's negative, positive instead of positive, negative. And of course, this was $100 plus tax. So I've already spent quite a bit of money. This was like $150, $160. We've got a new sundown seat that's coming, and I've got a little storage container for the back that I could put things like, I wear a hat. So I should be able to put my hat, maybe a few pieces of paperwork or whatever, maybe even a change of clothes, I don't know. But just a little storage thing that sits on the back right here. Now, the first thing that I saw on the bike that I didn't like is this thing. This is this big arm it's so weird. It comes out from one side, runs over here, and then on this side, there's nothing else. It's a good looking bike, mainly from this side. You come over to this side, though, that arm just kind of, it throws the whole thing off. I'm probably not going to mess with it. They have a relocation kit that goes here, but what I found out is that aftermarket relocation kit is illegal. It's not legal for street use. It looks good, but it's an all-in-one tiny unit, tiny brake light, tiny little turn signals like that's on those e-bikes over there. Personally, I want people to see me. And unfortunately, this light is so low. I think it really should have been higher up. It's so low to the ground, I think it makes it difficult for people to see. But for now, we're going to hold on to that light. And the exhaust absolutely sounds insane. Let's put this bike together, and let's take it for a spin. So here it is in the sunlight. That green, it's like a pearl. It changes so many different colors. It's absolutely beautiful. Take a look at that. High metallic, and it turns into like copper, kind of brown. And of course, like I said, the exhaust, that practically sold me on the bike by itself. But there's another reason that I really wanted this bike, and that was currently, it still has until the end of December of its factory warranty remaining. Plus, this is a certified pre-owned. This is a CPO bike, which means that I get an extra year of warranty through CPO. But that's not all. I paid $1,080 and I got 2 years of additional extended warranty on this bike as well. So total, this bike has almost 4 years combined of warranty coverage. So just remember, it's certified pre-owned, which means everything has been gone through, and I even have a list of parts that were installed on this bike, and I'm questioning some of those. We're going to come back in a separate video, and we're going to completely dissect everything, and I'm going to show you all the documents, and I'm going to let you guys decide for yourselves. I've got myself a little camera holder right here. Don't worry, I'm getting one for my helmet very soon, so we can do the traditional rides, and the new helmet that I have has a microphone built in, Bluetooth, so we'll have better audio as well. I've got my phone holder right here, and my Harley Davidson app is pulled up. Let me make sure this thing wants to turn on today. Looks like it's booting up nicely. All right, it's alive. Now all we have to do is pray that it actually starts. All right, now I have no idea how this is going to sound. The audio quality is probably not going to be the best from this, but I'm going to do my best. You guys ready to see if this thing wants to fire up? Let's hop on, and let's see if it wants to run. Now this bike only weighs 500 pounds loaded up. Obviously not with a rider on it, but it's like 501 pounds fully loaded, ready to go. Should already be in neutral. We'll double check just to make sure. Mirrors. Get those mirrors right. And it's in neutral. Here we go. Ready? We're going to be very careful on this gravel here. Last thing I want to do is fall. It's pretty loose gravel out here. Man, that exhaust sounds so good. And I sure don't want to fall in front of all my neighbors, you know what I mean? That would be pretty embarrassing. And there's a ton of potholes out here too. It's getting really bad in this neighborhood. I'll tell you what, guys, why don't I get us out to the road? That's where we're really going to have some fun. All right, you guys ready? I think we're good. Let's get up out of here. Told you guys. Man, she gets it, guys. This bike is it's a rocket ship, man. 34-degree lean angle too. Listen to this. Ready? This thing before showing you around the rest of the bike. Hopefully you can hear me okay throughout the video. If not, I guess I'll time-lapse some of the stuff that you just watched. When you're going that fast, it can be a little difficult to hear. That's why I'm waiting on that new Bluetooth helmet to come in. So hopefully you guys will be able to hear me a lot better. Maybe we can do some more moto vlogs together if that's something y'all are interested in. So I wanted to show you the display, and now that it's warmed up, you can really hear that exhaust. She sounds really, really nice. So here's this beautiful display. I really love the display on this thing. And you've got so many controls on here, it's crazy. You've got your brights and your bright flash. You've got heated grips. This one doesn't have them. You have the option for them, but this one does not have it. This will get you through trip A, trip B. We did 10 miles. The mileage on the bike, the temperature, the range that you have left. And then you've got toggle switches for your menus. You've got push the menu button right here, and you can go to GPS. You could go to music. That's right, you can control music through here. You've got your bike, which will give you diagnostics. You can actually run your own diagnostics. It gives you your voltage, tire PSI. And did I mention cruise control? Yes, cruise control, up and down right here. You have cruise control on this bike. On a Sportster, your horn, your signals, left and right, auto canceling. Push it in the middle and it'll cancel for you. You can push the home button to take you back to your main screen. Then over here, you've got your ride modes, which will take you into like rain mode, road mode, just regular riding, and then of course sport mode is crazy. You've got your hazard lights right here, and you got your volume up and down, play, pause, and then next track and previous track right there. Obviously you got all the regular controls, your throttle, your your front brake, your clutch, and you've got these are not mid pedals. These are forward controls, not mid controls. I've heard a lot of people complaining about wanting mid controls. That's a $700 upcharge, guys. I'll be honest with you, I'm not the biggest fan of mid controls. My Nightster has mid controls, and they're all right. It's a decent sitting position, but I don't care for it. I prefer the forward controls so that when I get on one of these long roads and I just want to carve up the streets, I want to be able to just kind of relax, let my feet kick out instead of having them sitting straight up and down like that. I like this a lot better. This TBR exhaust, wow, man. Honestly, for me, it makes the bike. That exhaust sold the bike to me. But unfortunately, I didn't test ride this bike before I bought it. So there are some issues. There are some things that I don't think are as described. And unfortunately, that's just the way it is. Thankfully, it does have a warranty. It still has the factory warranty, a year of CPO and 2 years of ESP. So I've got plenty of warranty to cover just about anything. Now, I'll be completely honest with you, this bike is still very new to me. I haven't really learned how to ride it just yet. I'm getting better, but it's going to take a little practice to get it down. I stalled the bike earlier. That's why I've got the bike running right now. I accidentally killed it, you know, oops. I killed the bike and it didn't want to start. And that's supposed to be a new battery. And it shows you that it's charging, but when the bike stalled, I had a hell of a time getting it started. I thought I was going to have to push the bike home or have Jessica bring me a booster pack, and it was in an intersection. You know, it was really not an ideal place for the battery to go put on you. So I've got a Banshee battery. It's a lithium phosphate battery, a Banshee battery on the way forward, along with some other things, and we'll get into that in another video. But this is the bike. For any of you that are interested in motorcycles, you've probably seen the Sportster S, and you've probably been curious, you know, what's a normal average person that doesn't get out and ride all that much? Think about it. And I'm here to tell you, from a very inexperienced rider's perspective, it's a great bike. I wouldn't be afraid to ride it. You don't have to ride it in sport mode like I was doing. All right, you don't have to go crazy with this bike and really take off and launch the sucker. You don't have to do any of that. You can put it in rain mode, and I'll be honest with you, that's what I did when I first got it. I threw the sucker in rain mode, and I really just rode the bike for 5 or 10 miles to kind of get a feel for it, and then I moved it to road mode, and now I'm in sport mode, because I'm going to tell you this, once you put it in sport mode, you are not going to want to drive around, or ride around, I should say, in any other mode. The damn thing is just so phenomenally quick. You're going to want to be in sport mode all the time. So soon I'm probably going to be retiring my LS2 helmet. I love this helmet. It's a modular design. You don't have to have the chin down if you don't want, but this will still come down. If you don't want that, you've got the, somewhere over here, the shades. I love those as well, but I always ride with the chin strap locked and down. And I usually do it like this, and if I need some shades, well, there you go, shades. I think it's a good looking helmet. I really love the shades. I think it's a great looking helmet. It fits me very well, but I really need something with Bluetooth. I'm going to keep the armored jacket. This is a really nice armored jacket. I've got armored gloves as well. I do have some armored riding jeans on the way that I bought from Revzilla. In fact, I bought a lot of stuff from Revzilla over the last couple of days, so I can't wait for all that stuff to come in so I can show it to you. But the bike, what do you guys think for my birthday? I think it's not too shabby of a birthday present for myself. I wish I could shut it off and try to start it, but I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it home and I'm going to shut it off, and then we'll try to start it at the house. And I bet you money you guys are going to see it doesn't want to start, man. And that's crazy that it's a 2022. It's only got 3,000 miles on it, and it's already had one battery replacement. And now this battery seems to be having a problem as well. There's also some updates that were supposed to be installed, but according to my app, no. According to my app, the updates were not installed on this bike. So there's a lot of things that I think I was, should I say, lied to about? Probably. We'll get, like I said, we'll get into all of that in another video. But I wanted to show off the bike, man. I'm excited about it. It's my 44th birthday, and this was just a present that I bought for myself. And unfortunately, as with most of the deals that I find online, I end up getting bid over, man. And I think this is one that's going to have some problems, and it's probably going to give us a bit of a headache as we continue in the future. All right, I'm not comfortable doing a U-turn on this gravel road here, so I'm going to kind of walk it. It would have done a U-turn just fine, but like I said, it's too, there's no traction here, man, and I'm just not comfortable with it. We're going to turn off the brakes, put her in gear, and let's rip it. No, I'm kidding. We're not gonna rip it. We're just gonna gently get on the throttle and head back to the house. All right, are you guys ready for this? Let's see what happens. We're going to shut her off. And now we're going to see if it starts back up again. Here's one of the things I found about this bike that kind of bothers me. Whenever I'm reaching for the clutch, a lot of times I'll find that as I go up, I accidentally clip the bright lights. So I'll end up riding around with my brights on. So that's something to be aware of. I don't think there's much you can do to fix it. It should be a neutral. We'll go ahead and power it on. Never has any problems powering on. The problem is trying to start it. It just doesn't like to start. Let's see what it does. You hear that? It didn't like that at all. I'd shut it off. Let's try it again. You ready? It started. Okay. So it's getting better. It's getting better. Definitely want to rev it a little bit, get that battery juiced up. I sure don't want it to die. Oh, see the brights are on? It's a great bike, man. It's got some problems, obviously. I'm aware of it. It also has a warranty. We'll see what we can fix ourselves. The last thing I really want to do is have to take it to Harley Davidson. When I had to take my Nightster over there, they had that bike for like a month over at Fort Thunder Harley Davidson. Now, I got the bike back and it rides exactly the way it's supposed to. They did fix it like they were supposed to, so I'm not complaining about that. It sucks to have a bike, and when you want to ride it, you find out it's broken, and then you have to take it to the dealership, and then you have to wait for a month to get your bike back. You know, that's no fun at all. And I'm here to tell you there are several things wrong with this bike. There's several things that we're going to have to probably work on and try to fix ourselves, because I don't want to spend the time with my new bike waiting for the dealer to get on it. And yes, This color is absolutely a coincidence that it matches my fiance's Mustang GT. Actually, it's not. I picked this color because I really liked it. I love this green. It's definitely not the same as hers, but you see what I was talking about? You got that kind of copper, you got gold, and kind of brown. I mean, it's just, what a stunningly beautiful bike this is. I love it. I'm upset about some of the things that we'll get into in another video, so stay tuned for that. And if you enjoy these types of bike rides, you know, riding around, listen to some music, maybe a little bit of moto vlogging while we're out, then let me know in the comments below. I'll be happy to do more of them for you if it's something you're interested in. If not, well, definitely let me know in the comments down below as well. With that, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to get out of here. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, hit the thumbs up button and let me know. Consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't already subscribed. And until next time, stay safe out there, everybody. I look forward to seeing you all again very soon in the next one.